Today we will talk about the smarter design with AutoCAD 2026, boosting productivity through AI for AEC professionals, part one. We also have part two as well soon. Maybe Temai will inform you about the part two. Uh, okay, agenda today is introduction to AutoCAD 2026 for the new users. I assume that maybe we have new users joining in. And the second one is the AI-driven design, the future of AEC. And the third is key features, Autodesk Assistant, smart blocks, collaboration tools, markup, traces, macro insight. Accelerated workflow in 2D and 3D, productivity gains, and practical applications. And the last session is for Q&A and next step. Welcome you to the webinar. This is a public event for AEC professionals. Duration about 60 minutes, including Q&A. Share your question via chat during the session. Okay, first of all, I want to introduce you about Autodesk. Autodesk is leader in design and engineering software, empowering AEC professionals for over 40 years. 40 years, I emphasize this because quite long time. And that means Autodesk is quite expertise in this AEC field. And AutoCAD is industry standard for 2D and 3D design and commitment to innovation with AI. That means Autodesk will go in this way in developing AI for the users. So today, just a few of AI that Autodesk invented and cloud integration as well. Maybe much more in the future. Why AutoCAD 2026 is the next generation AI-driven features. Actually, is include AI since 2023 until now is almost 3 years. So that means AI feature gonna add more every year. So it's the next generation AI-driven. So what does it mean? I will show you in the next session. Significant performance enhancement and tailored for architects, engineer, and construction professionals. Focus on smarter, faster, and more collaborative workflow. The role of AI in AEC, AI is transforming design and construction, automates repetitive tasks. I emphasize this phrase, repetitive tasks. If you don't have the repetitive task, maybe it's not show the effectiveness much. But if you have the repetitive task that you confront every day, maybe this feature helps you a lot and enhance accuracy as well. It enables data-driven decisions and align with industry demands for efficiency and sustainability. AutoCAD 2026 overview, it has new feature. Actually, is fastest release yet, up to 11 times faster file opens and 4 times faster startup. It's an AI-powered tools for automation and insights. It's seamless integration with Autodesk Docs. And enhance support for 2D and 3D design workflow. Key takeaway, accelerated 2D and 3D workflows, Autodesk Assistant for smarter design and smart block for automations, improve collaboration with team tools, higher productivity, less manual work.
Great design doesn't come into this world by chance. It takes imagination, determination, and iteration after iteration after iteration. For millions of designers and makers worldwide, AutoCAD is where that happens. Every year, we enhance AutoCAD further, pushing the boundaries of what's possible. Whether that's efficiency improvements, like up to 11 times faster file opening and 4 times faster startup. Game-changing innovations like Autodesk AI, which unlocks powerful insights and immediate ways to accelerate your creativity. Intelligent features like Smart Blocks, which let you quickly define and group objects so you can roll out edits project-wide. Or workflow optimizers like Autodesk Docs and AutoCAD on the web, which help you collaborate and sync feedback from multiple reviewers on projects. Great design doesn't come into this world by chance. Great design starts here. AutoCAD, trusted by millions.
AutoCAD 2026 arrives with promises of speed, intelligence, and seamless collaboration. But does it deliver? In this investigative breakdown, we analyze the real impact of its new features, separating hype from tangible innovation. Let's dissect what's new, who benefits, and where Autodesk might be cutting corners. 1. Performance. Faster than ever? AutoCAD 2026 claims 11x faster 2D or 3D file opening and 4x quicker startup times for network stored DWGs. While these metrics sound impressive, real-world gains depend on hardware and network environments. Asynchronous raster loading. Images load in the background, reducing wait times for complex drawings. Fast shaded mode enhancements. New hidden and conceptual visual styles improve navigation in large 3D models. GPU text optimization. Better rendering for CJK and RTL languages, example, Arabic and Korean, using DirectX 12. Performance upgrades are significant but hardware dependent. Users with older systems may not see drastic improvements. 2. AI-driven workflows. Smart blocks take center stage. Autodesk AI is now deeply integrated, but its practicality varies. Smart blocks, search and convert. Text variations, convert variable text example. Room numbers into block attributes, automating repetitive tasks. Ribbon accessibility, previously command line only. BSRCH is now ribbon friendly. Smart blocks, detect and convert. Machine learning detection, identifies architectural objects, doors, and toilets for block conversion but struggles with non-architectural geometry. Primary instance editing, refined detection results by modifying the seed object. While powerful, detect and convert remains a tech preview with limited scope. Architects benefit most. Mechanical designers gain less. 3. Collaboration, cloud integration or lock-in. AutoCAD 2026 pushes hard on cloud-connected workflows, but not all users may welcome the shift. Connected support files, project-specific fonts, templates, and plot styles sync via Autodesk Docs, reducing manual setup. Multi-user markups, simultaneous feedback via Autodesk Docs with trace layers and shareable links. Activity insights, the what's changed feature tracks edits between saves, though it's limited to AutoCAD users in local or LAN or cloud-stored files. Collaboration tools are robust, but tie users deeper into Autodesk's ecosystem. Teams on Google Drive or Dropbox miss out. 4. Under-the-hood tweaks, niche but notable. Center layer system variable. Set default layers for centerline/marks, a small but overdue win. GDI plot enhancement, better Windows printer compatibility, though heavy plotters may not notice. Customer survey pop-up, feedback prompts are closed, useful for Autodesk, annoying for users. 5. The elephant in the room. Is this update worth it? Pros. AI efficiency. Smart block save hours on repetitive tasks. Cloud collaboration. Streamline for Autodesk Docs users. Performance. A boon for large file workflows. Cons. ACC dependency. Many features, example. Connected support files. Require Autodesk instruction cloud adoption. Half-baked AI. Detect and convert architectural bias. And tech preview status limit utility. Incremental updates. Little for non-ACC users beyond performance tweaks. Conclusion. Who should upgrade? AutoCAD 2026 shines for cloud-centric teams and architects leveraging AI-driven blocks. However, casual users or those avoiding Autodesk's ecosystem may find fewer reasons to jump. While performance gains are real, the update feels like a stepping stone toward a more AI-integrated future, one where Autodesk hopes to lock users into its platform. Final thought, if collaboration and automation are priorities, upgrade. For others, weigh the cost against marginal gains. Like, subscribe and hit the bell for unbiased CAD software analysis.
Okay, that the summary of the AI that have included in AutoCAD. Section 1, accelerated workflows. Accelerating design with AutoCAD 2026, AI-driven to streamline repetitive tasks, faster file handling for large projects, optimized for complex 2D and 3D model. Okay, I will go to the software and then after presenting in the software, and we go back to the slide again. Because if I explain about the slide, maybe you can imagine what happened in the software. So I will switch the sharing to the software first. Okay. Can everyone see my screen software? Can you show on screen? Hello? Okay, everyone can see my screen, right? First of all, I want to show you the detect to convert block. The situation is like this when you have anything that's the circle and the line connect to each other and become any symbol. For example, the electrical symbol, and you want to detect and convert it to AutoCAD block. But you can't find one by one because it's quite a lot on the screen and it's quite messy. You can select one by one. It takes time and repetitive tasks, as I mentioned before. So we use the detect, this one. The tool is coming from the home tab, and then you can see this button is detect and convert. Once you call this command, this dialog pop up, and then the magnifier gonna move around to show you that it's calculating, and detection is in progress to detect, and then you can see that it found the symbol, the electrical symbol that I expected. So this one is called set 1 and have six pieces. And then I would like to know where the 6 pieces is. So I convert to block. Once I choose the convert to block command, the next dialog pop, and you can see that the green is turned green to show you that it's detected. And then you just choose the option to create the new block, or that you want to include in the existing block. For example, we have 4 blocks already in this drawing, but I want to create a new one. I type the name, maybe the switch. Switch had already taken, so I will type the switch push button. Maybe the push button instead. Okay, this one freely to create. And then use the geometric center, or I can choose the insertion point. For example, I want to put in the center of this circle, and then put in the layer 0, and then convert. That's it. We got 6 blocks from this detect. You can see this 6 block created by the AI. AI detect the entity and inform you that it has a similar picture. So you can choose by the system to convert. Okay, I will undo to go back to the original state. Okay, until it's back to the normal entity. The second choice is search and convert. In this case, I have to inform the system by selecting one of it and then right click. Here we go. The same results have been taken. You can see that this one that we selected, and then it's gonna detect more 5 pieces. And then we can go one by one by using the arrow key from left to right. You can see that it had 1/6. That means it detects 6 pieces, but this one is the first pieces. The next one is the second pieces from the 6. The third one, we can go one by one to analyze. And if we quite satisfied with the results, we can use the convert button, hit it. And then here we go, the same dialog back again, new block. And then this one, we try to do the push button, but you guess what will happen? Nothing, right? Because I have undo. So this one is freely to create as well. And this one, I don't want to use or select on the screen anymore. I just use the geometric center to reduce my time to create the block, because it depends on the type of the block that you want to create. If you want to create by the anchor point at the low bottom or anything, you have to select. But this one, I just use at the geometric center. And then convert again. Here we go, the same result. You can choose that you want to use the detect or the search, depending on your choice. This one is quite useful for me because in the previous many years ago, I have to convert one by one, or if I have convert one pieces, I have to delete the 5 pieces and then place the block that I created at the position again. That's quite tedious. So my wrist hurt a lot because I have to click many clicks in a day of working. That's quite painful. But nowadays it's quite helpful and reduce the click of your mouse, or save your mouse, save your wrist, save your time, many things. This one, this 2 command is created. It's an AI-driven feature that I mentioned before. So you have to remember that it's under the Home tab. Okay. The next thing that I want to show you is the block. Okay, I will create the new file. This one is the block that we use, that we recently created. So it's come from the block. In here, you can call this dialog from this. You go to the Home tab, go to the block, and you pin it. And then this one, you use the recent blocks. This dialog open. This one is property, close it. You can see that your recently block created inside this one, and then you can create many new files and then use the block that you create. So it can close the file that you create. So you don't have to worry that this one, in this block created in my file, in my first file, so the second file can't take it, but this one you can. It's like a central location for creating block. So the next AI feature that I want to show you is for example, if I place the sofa, this green one, and I want to create a room, for example, this rectangle I assume as a room. So next time I put this block, I click and then redefine the block. You can see that once my cursor go to near the lines, it will detect and put in the location the gap between the left and the bottom gonna be the same. You see, again, go to this line. We try to do. It's not limited to two lines perpendicular to each other, but just a single line also you can put here. The AI will detect the line and make you easy to put. We do not have to worry about the gap anymore. But it had to practice more. For example, if I create another room and okay, I will delete this one first to show you the AI will detect. You can go to the line here or the corner. You can see. But it depends on the cursor moving. So you have to move to any corner to test the files. Yeah. Okay, to test it. Maybe it's not right. I will use this one instead to try another one. Okay, you can see. Here we go. But actually, we don't have to put one by one as like this because if it is the same, so normally we use the array, right? This one is for another location. Yeah. Okay, here this one. So maybe you have to move close to the line and the software will gonna detect. Okay. This one, for example. It's useful when you doing a condominium, right? When you mirror the room at here, it lets know and you want to put more the sofa. The system gonna detect for you here. Maybe you have to go to one line to make it know that you're gonna snap to any line, and then you can see the one line. Try to move to the line first, and then moving to the corner. Here, there's a trick. Do not go to the corner directly. Maybe go to the line first and another line. Maybe you think that you can put one by one, but surely you have to do many clicks, right? But this one detect for you, so you don't have to click anything, just moving around. Save your wrist, save your mouse click, and then that's it. So you can see that it rotates the block for you to make the sofa fronting each other like this. And also on the line here, just the single line also can. Okay. This one is AI feature. So the AI gonna detect and place the block in the corner or detect the line and snap automatically to help you reduce the time. And after we finish this, we use the miller tools as the normal. So we open the snap, object snap, and then select all. Here we go, no, and then we miller again, normally as we do, right? So this one is just for the create beginning process. But after that, once you have the block already placed, you go to the miller and rotate and array anything. It's quite easy for you, right? This one is helpful. It's called the block. And another one is the replace block. This one. It's just a small button and hidden behind the block section. So you have to expand this block section and then pin it. And this small button is the replace block. For example, this one is the orange sofa, right? I want to change to the green sofa. So I select the one that I want to replace, and then I right click, and then we switch to the next block. And you see that the placement is still keeping the position, so you don't have to move anything. So this one is quite useful as well when you want to change anything or you want the diversity of your block placement. You can change. Also, you can change the symbol to another block as well. For example, if I want to change both the green and the orange, so far 4 things. This one is different, right? So we use, so that means you can't change the 2 blocks altogether. You just can change just one type of the block, and then you go to the switch. You can see that the switch will also place in the position where the position detected is used the insertion point at the common for the green and the orange, and the switch use the insertion point as the same reference. So when you clear the block, you have to be careful about the insertion point. Okay. Okay, I will back to replace again. I will change to the green one. And again, first of all, we select the block that we want to replace, and then here we go. Quite useful, quite useful. And also out of the room, the outside of the room as well, you can snap. You see? So it's not the limit to the inside the room. The outside the room also can do. But when you have the object snap, if you make you confused easily, you turn off the object snap and then snap by you are hovering your mouse. Here we go. And then the next one is I want to do the trace collaboration. The trace palette. I will create a new one. The new file, new trace, new file. Okay. You can see this is the trace that you can see in your file. This is a new file, right? So this is a trace one. Once you save the files, you go to the close it and save this file. For example, AAA, and then you clear the line here, and then you clear the trace. Anything you type in here, for example, detect. Okay, and you put the text in here, and then close this one, and you close this. You can't see the text because it's in the trace, but when you click the trace, you can see the text. So it's like a two space. The space that you're working is on here. Once you want to, okay, I will get in again, collaborate. That means this one is used for collaboration, right? And then you use a trace palette. The trace palette gonna show the history of the files that you want to trace. And then the trace one you just create by nothing. You also can draw the circle, anything in this space, and then you close this one. You can't see the circle, right? But when you click the trace one, you see the circle. That means you can mark anything in the drawing and it's keep in the same drawing. But once you out of the space, it not affect your work anymore. Your work still your work, but you want to add something to tell your colleague or your stakeholder and other stakeholders, you can do the trace one, add any trace. So that means the destination section gonna check the trace and see what you mentioned in the drawing, and then after they understood, they can close the tracing and do the work that you mentioned in the trace. That means you can add the message to your drawing. That's the trace one, quite useful. And then the next nearby feature is the markup import. So this one I will go to the file. For example, this one. The trace and the markup doing the work together. When you want to import the markup, understand, and then you can choose two choices, the picture or the PDF. You can see that we have the markup drawing, right? The file format that we can add is the PDF1, and the JPG or JPEG or PNG. So that means the markup gonna be this four format only. You can't add the BMP because the BMP is not support format for the markup. What does it mean? The JPG is a picture, is a raster image, right? And the PDF is a vector created. So you can use both. For example, the first one is the PDF that we quite familiar with, because when we doing the AEC work, everything communicate using the PDF format, right? And then we open the PDF. The system AI gonna detect what inside the PDF one and then place in the position that you can compare to the working that you're doing. And then once you think that it's quite in the right position, you just accept. In case that it's not placing in the right position, you have the option for moving this PDF file to compare in the drawing, or you want to align, making alignment or rotate. But I frankly tell you that we rarely use the move, align, or rotate or scale, because the system is quite wise enough to match the position for you. So actually, mostly we just accept, and then the position is alignment. And then we go to the drawing one. You can see that the system detects in the PDF file. So what's the difference between your work and what inside the PDF file gonna be detected? For example, this one, you can see that we have the handwriting move. So the system can read your handwriting. And once you click on the blue dashed line, you can see that the system knows that you want to show the move text. It's readable. So it's close to human, right? Human can read this move, but the computer also know equal to human. So this one move as well, and you have the option for insert at MTech or M leader. In this case, I will use the MTech, and then I place the position. But you may see that the move is quite small, so it's not a problem. We go to the property, and then we can change this to about 300 inches to make the move quite big. And then go to this one is for left crown. I want to change to rectangular left crown. I show you just two first, and then I close this, and you can see that the system gonna create the entity for you automatically by transferring the what inside the PDF to your drawing. Again, we can use the markup import again to do the second time and accept and go to the drawing. But it may take some time to calculate or checking anything. Maybe you go to switch back and forth and then open the lightning, or you can check the transparencies to make it active. Or you can close to see your drawing, because once the drawing background, the PDF gonna in front of this drawing, right? But this one, when you turn the light, you can see your work. And here we go. You can see that the system may take a little time to detect, to calculate. Wow. This one is quite big auditorium or the office. So in this one, you guess the system gonna know this one is the delete or not. You guess, but once I click on the blue line, the system knows this word is delete. So that means it can read my handwriting. That's surprise, right? This one, the AI is quite wise enough. I change to the left crown, this one as well, change to the left crown, this one change. I want to do the put the change text in here. Once we finish adding the left crown and the text that we mentioned, we have already transferred the message from the PDF to the AutoCAD DWG. And then we go to the property section. We change this one to 300 inches for the text. This project is quite big, so 300 inches for the text. Here, left crown. And you can modify more on the left crown. You go to the property. If this one is quite too detailed, you can open here. And you change the arc length. Due to this one is the imperial unit, so maybe you change to the 20 feet here, right? You can see that the left crown can modify later for the length, for the position as well. You can change the property of it to suit your need. Yeah. This one is the AI and the trace as well. You can see that on the trace tool, it's going to show you about the word and anything you write down here. And once you save, and you make the trace number 3, anything, import markup as a trace here. The trace gonna detect, okay? And then, okay, this one is for PDF, right? I will delete. The next thing that we gonna compare is the raster image. So I go to the markup import. And this one is the raster image. PNG format, right? Here, the same thing as the PDF. I accept, and then I go to the drawing. Let the system calculate a little bit. Go to this one. Okay, we can't see because we turn the light off, so we have to turn the light on, and then the transparency we adjust a little bit. If you insert the picture and nothing happen, maybe you go to the gear button and then turn off, turn on, adjust something to make the system active. And then after that, the system gonna detect the differences, and then you can make the left cloud. The raster image, maybe the result is not good as the PDF. Maybe PDF is better, but this one you can have the reference and try to do the same thing. But it depends on the resolution of the picture as well. If you compare with the raster image that had high resolution, the result may be better. And you go to the trace number 3, you see the trace number 4. The system gonna trace every step that you're doing with your drawing. So you can trace what happened in your drawing. Because in the previous or the many versions ago, we don't have this, we didn't have these traces. So what changing has been changed in the file, we don't know, right? We just see the last result only. We can't trace back to any activities. But this one, you can trace back to any activities that happen with your files. That's quite useful. And then we also have the VG compare. When you close this one, VG compare. We can compare two drawings together. For example, if I open another file, for example, this one, I already opened, but okay, this one. We have this one, and we want to compare with the draw number 2 open. The difference will found between the two drawings in comparison continue. We have to check. Maybe we open the two drawings first. I will open the. You see, is this the same, right? Is this the same? Maybe we use another drawing to compare. Maybe I use it though. You can see that two drawing differences we show in the different color. And then we continue. If we just satisfied with the result, we can exit compare directly. If nothing happened. Okay, but we want to compare again. Go to the go here, and then we continue. You can see that the system gonna left cloud, make left cloud, cover all the different places, and then you can go to one by one to analyze one by one what happened, what the difference here. And the VG compare, we have the red color is mean not in the current drawing, surely, because now we in the clean drawing, right? So the compare drawing is red. So we can see from here, turn off the compare current drawing here, turn off, no differences. If it had the common lines or entity, we can see it as a gray color, no differences. Draw order. We want to show the left cloud in any color. For the default, it's an orange color. Here is showing the rectangle, polygonal, to show one by one each. Or we want to show as a group to the rectangle. This one gonna hidden sometimes. So if we want to show, we can pin it here and see. We can turn off the hash, the text, but we don't have the hash or text in any drawing to compare right now. At this moment, we reduce the time to check the drawing, to verify the drawing. Imagine that if you have a big drawing, many big drawing, you can visual check because it might take time and hurt your eyes, right? But this one helps you to check only the differences, the common thing. You skip those, ignore those. You don't have to do anything. So you can see that's quite useful feature that I recommend you to use. Okay. And once you want to import, you know that it's different already, right? And then you want to import. Or you want to export snapshot. It depends on your choice. If you don't want to mix between those two drawings together, you can export to another snapshot. But this one I want to import. What we want to import? I want to import all here. And you can see that now it's no differences anymore because I import already in the green drawing. So you just use the match property to match the entity. Maybe it's not, you have to turn off first. Here we go. You can see that we can't match property while the tool is still active. You have to turn off the tool first, and then after that, you can use the color. Maybe I change to the yellow color, and then I match property this one to all the lines. Here we go. You can see that it's the regular entity already inside. It's a compare. So this traces, markup, and DWG compare you use a lot. And then if you know about Autodesk Docs or you have Autodesk Docs, you can push this file to the Autodesk Doc for sharing the common data in environment for all the stakeholders to see your work all together, working in the same file together. This one is for collaboration between among your team. But right now, this one is Autodesk Docs. We already did the seminar last time, webinar last time. My colleague talked about this already, so you can go back to see the recording. Okay. Up till now, any question from you guys? Any question about the AI feature? That you want to ask? Okay, let's go back to the PowerPoint. Okay, it is quite casual webinar, so everyone can type the question, ask me directly, or we're going further. Please feel free, don't hesitate to ask the question. Okay. Okay, let's go back to the slide. You can see that a lot of features that I'm showing to show the AI's efficiencies of the software. So we go to the 3D acceleration, also the speed increase, and the 2D workflow, because 3D can do in AutoCAD, but it's called the native model. Native 3D is different from the Revit file. Revit is parametric 3D, right? So this one is like the clay. You doing the clay model of your work, so it's not contain the parameter inside. So mostly we use in the 2D field like this. This is the example of the work that use AutoCAD to do about the urban planning, right? You can see that it's helpful, right? And the 3D as well. AutoCAD also can do 3D. So you just attend my courses or my colleague courses and you can do like this one. So it's helpful a lot. And you can see that we have the work at the bottom, and the top one is what we expect to do in the AutoCAD. And then you can imagine make this one. And also you can export this one to the VR section as well. The VR section gonna make the model and visualize with the VR AR for you to see what the result gonna be. You don't have to imagine. You can see in the computer. Okay. This 8 feature is the summary. So what we talk to the markup import, right? The block placement, the replace, search and convert, detect and convert. Okay, we have the Autodesk AI, Macro Advisor, and dashboard that we gonna talk more. But the time maybe is not much. Maybe we go to the next part 2 in the next webinar. At this moment, we go to the Q&A section. For the question that you're gonna ask, you can feel free to ask. Any question?